It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Once again, I just think that this morning is such a beautiful morning. In my spirit, I just want to be able to recite the words. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. A beautiful day in this neighborhood. Would you be mine? Would you be my neighbor?
A beautiful day in the neighborhood.
I was just thinking about Mr. Rogers. Take care. God bless. Hello there. And I'm Wayne Johnson with Doc and Queen Ministries. Today I want to share some information on what God shared with me on God Ordained and just regular marriage. I was listening to a question and answer, and then I looked at one of the person's comments, and they wanted to know where in the Bible was there a difference between a God ordained marriage and a regular marriage. And God kind of immediately put in my spirit Jacob, Leah, and Rachel. And I'm just going to give you what was shared to me. It's been about a week now. Did a little studying on it, but I really want to mostly share what God shared to me. I got myself in the shower on that moment that I heard, or better yet, not heard, but read that comment, and just allow God to work on me doing that. Now, you can find that for yourself in Genesis chapter 29. I would say read the whole chapter, and I would also recommend you go ahead and read Genesis 30 as well. So let me get into exactly what was shared to me. Now, I got in the shower, and like I said, when I read that comment, it immediately went to Jacob, Leah, and Rachel. And if you know the story in Genesis chapter 29, Jacob was coming upon his uncle Laban, who evidently he had not met but had heard of from his mother Rebecca. Rebecca and Laban was brothers and sisters. So he came upon Laban because I believe at that moment he was running away from his brother Esau. So Jacob came upon a servant of Laban, and he asked him questions, and the person said, yes, your uncle is doing well. And then shortly thereafter, Rachel came on the scene, and Jacob immediately had feelings for Rachel, which I believe is the God ordained wife for him. So Jacob ends up working 7 years for Laban to marry Laban's younger daughter, which was Rachel. Laban actually tricked Jacob, and he actually married Leah because Leah was the oldest, and the custom where Laban was that the older daughter is married off first, which I believe was the regular marriage because his eyes were set on Rachel. And I believe for all of us men that turn to husbands, that God gives us that feeling of we know who our God ordained wife is because God puts that in our spirit ahead of time. He already knows. But things will happen. Now, evidently, I don't know all of the dynamics of it because there had to be some problems with it because Jacob and Rachel are first cousins. And I believe we see in that story, that's why I'm saying read that Genesis 29 and 30 for yourself so God can give you revelations on it, because Jacob married Leah and then had to work another 7 years to be able to also marry Rachel. So he was going to be married to Leah and Rachel, and come to find out that he also was given Leah's servant, maid servant, and Rachel's maid servant, and he ended up having children by all four. But once you read the story, for a while Rachel was barren, and so she was having some animosity towards her sister Leah, and so she had her maidservant have children by, sort of similar to Abraham situation with Sarah. So I believe that this is a good story that gives you the difference between a God-ordained marriage and a regular marriage. But I want to say, you take that to the Lord yourself. That was working in my spirit when I read the question. Also remember, Proverbs chapter 19 verse 14 definitely says that God chooses your wife. You go and do your research with God and let God move your spirit. Take care. God bless.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Take care. Doc and Queen Ministry.